Welcome to the virtual gathering for the Celebration of Life Monument. I'm Tracy Schmidt, the Executive Director of Donor Connect. Though we could not physically gather together this year, we hope you are able to feel connected as we watch this special virtual program honoring and recognizing you and your loved ones. A special group of people who chose to save and heal others even when you were faced with difficult circumstances and loss. The Celebration of Life Monument honors donors who have selflessly given the gift of life to others. This monument is a tribute to donors and their families and is meant to inspire others to save and enhance lives through donation. This year, we honor 435 new donors by adding their names to the Wall of Honor. There are now a total of 8,671 organ, eye, tissue, whole body, and living donors' names on the wall, each one a hero. I'd like to share some information with you regarding the impact of donation within the last year. Through our local transplant centers, we've had 43 kidney and liver living donors. Donor Connect successfully worked with 125 organ donors and 408 tissue donors. Because of these donors, there were 420 life-saving organ transplants and 41 organs donated to research. Tissue donors provided thousands of tissue grafts, which include bone, heart valves, skin donations, and blood vessels and arteries. Tissue grafts are so important to saving and enhancing lives. The Utah Lions Eye Bank recovered corneas and eyes from 1,020 donors, provided 934 tissues to benefit research, and helped provide the gift of sight to 822 individuals. Also being honored today are those who will be advocating science and education through the University of Utah Anatomy Whole Body Program. The Whole Body Program received 198 donors this year. These donors will provide education for medical, nursing, physical therapy, and occupational therapy students. Body donors also contribute to dozens of biomedical research projects each year. Today, we will hear messages from those involved in the work of donation, from grateful transplant recipients whose lives are forever changed because of donors like your loved one. And we will also enjoy some beautiful musical performances. Welcome and enjoy.
Hi, I'm Doc Young, and it's my pleasure and privilege to be with you once again at the Celebration of Life Monument, celebrating the gift of life. I want to play a couple of songs for you all and for the people whose names are on the wall behind me who have given that great gift. This song's for all of you. Sometimes it seems I'm so far away, but I'm with you every single day. When you can't see me, I want you to know I'm always with you deep down in your soul. I'm always with you wherever you go when I'm not in view. You're never really alone. I'm in your mind, your body, heart and soul. I'm always with you wherever you go. It's not really so bad when I'm not around. You don't have to be sad, 'cause I'm that sound. Saying hold your head high, but keep your feet on the ground. Be true to yourself and I'll be proud. I'm always with you wherever you go and all that you do. You're never really alone. I'm in your mind, your body, heart and soul. I'm always with you wherever you go. I'm that little voice that whispers in your ear. Say and do what's right and have no fear. If you listen closely, we're surely here. When you follow your heart, I will appear. In your hopes and dreams, I'm like the air you breathe. I'm always there, you better believe. So when you miss me, don't ever get too down. I'm always gonna be around in you. Ooh, yeah, in you. I'm always with you. Wherever you are, I'm always with you. No matter how far, I'm always with you. And I want you to know I'm always with you. Wherever you go, I'm always with you. When the sun's shining bright, I'm always with you. When you turn out the light, I'm always with you. And I want you to know I'm always with you. Wherever you go, I'm always with you. I'm always with you. I'm always with you. I'm always with you, I'm always with you. And I want you to know I'm always with you, wherever you go.
I am Taylor, and this is Colby. We are from Utah, and we have 3 cute kids. We have been married for almost 7 years, and the last 6 to 8 months has kind of been something that we never really expected to happen to us.
Back in February, I actually got my liver transplant. It all started in October of 2019. We were camping and I thought I got into some poison ivy or something because my skin started to itch and it started turning different colors and my blood sugar started going out of control, and we came back thinking that I must have got into something or ate something bad while we were up there. And we went to the emergency room looking for some itching cream or something like that.
Instacare.
Yeah, an Instacare.
We just went to an Instacare.
And they took my blood and my bilirubin was sky high, and they told me I had to be admitted to the ER. Before this, we were super active. We did a lot of CrossFit and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was probably in one of the best shapes of my life, and within 2-3 months, I was in the worst shape of my life.
Yeah.
They actually diagnosed me with something totally different. We got on some different medications for a while, and nothing worked.
I felt like it wasn't the right diagnosis, and so we actually took him to a whole different hospital just because he was getting worse and worse and worse by the day. And it was really scary to have doctors tell us that it was something, but then symptoms and everything kept telling me like liver. Like you Google liver failure and it was almost every single box.
Yeah, so we ended up going to Intermountain Medical Center, and the doctors up there actually took a look at my case and said, this is clearly a liver issue.
Yeah.
They started running more tests, started doing scopes and things like that, and figured out it was actually scarring in my bile ducts, and that my liver was actually fully functioning, but the bile ducts around it weren't. So my liver was completely worthless. After they figured out that, they kind of took the steps of deciding, yes, I needed a liver transplant, but they told me it would be probably like 1 to 2 years before I got one.
Mm-hmm.
And at this time, I was continually losing weight. I was as yellow as the sun. It was feeling
Couldn't
terrible.
walk like 15 feet without having to sit down. Then in November, we had our doctor come in, and that's when he told us that they found, what he thought there was liver cancer.
So we started the process there, and it was kind of I want to say it was a rushed cancer treatment. We did it all within a month. It was radiation twice a day, and then I had a continual chemo pump. That made me really, really sick. I lost a lot more weight, and that's when we started to see kind of the turn of worse to even worse. And it started really affecting my health. I couldn't move. I had a hard time staying awake. For
So
our
then, yeah.
Christmas, we got a great present. It was, hey, you're higher up on the list, and you should be receiving a liver here in the next month or two.
Which that was so hard to hear. Like it's what you want, you know? But like to know that like in order for him to get that, someone else is having to lose somebody. So the whole time you're going through this like rush to save your husband while also knowing that someone else's life is going to be turned upside down and they don't even know it yet, most likely. And that is really hard. I feel like mentally it was so hard not to think of him like throughout the entire process.
Yeah, it was to me, it was kind of a messed up process because every car crash that we went past, it was like, oh, maybe that's...
You're just so desperate to survive. And fortunately and unfortunately, it's at the expense of another family. It was so hard. You want more than anything for him to get the phone call, we have a liver. But the second that phone call comes in, it's just like, who lost someone? Who passed away so that he could live? And that, it was really a hard couple months sitting on that wait list. And when you're waiting on the list, you never have your phone on silent. Never. It's always on, it's always loud, it's always charged, because if you miss the phone call, it could be what kills you, essentially. And I wake up to a missed phone call. And that is the most heart-wrenching thing to see, is a missed phone call. So I immediately call him back. And this is, I think it was right at 6 a.m. And he said, "This one's for real. How soon can you be here?" And at this point, we've heard, "This is it, this is it," 6 times. So you want to believe so badly that this is going to be over and that he's going to be healthy and live again. But we packed our bags and had someone come to be with our children and headed up to the hospital.
Then the doctor started coming in and saying, hey, what are we doing? We need to get going. The liver's already been clamped and we're ready to go. Get him on the table, let's get going, start hooking him up faster. And that's when it kind of snapped and it became a reality that today's the day that I could actually receive my health back and get my old life back.
I got seated in the waiting room, and at this point I was very comfortable with just being by myself in the waiting room for him. Like, you just go through so much, and I feel like that's when it hit me that a family nearby lost somebody really dear to them. And it was the most humbling experience. And I don't believe thank you is even a word to use, because they lose so much. You guys lose so much in order for me and my family to stay together in order for him to stay alive. So thank you isn't even a phrase to use. I wish there was words. It's the most selfless thing that a family could do during such a devastating time.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would say to if I ever got to meet the family of the deceased. I don't know what I would say, because like you said, thank you's not enough. Honestly, they're heroes to me, that they made that ultimate sacrifice in the end to help others by donating an organ, and
It's priceless. I can't imagine being here today without him. And that's the road we were on.
Welcome home, honey, it's been a long, long time. It's true I've missed you, though knew that you were fine. Always wanting to be right there with you to help you on your way. But now that you're in my arms, I just want to say, welcome home. It seems so long that you've been gone. You're welcome home. No matter where in this world that you have roamed, you've been out on your own, carrying a heavy load. Now you're back where you belong. Welcome home. Cleaving this shell, you fell hard to the world. Through time and talent, you've turned sand to pearl. Each day those little roughened edges grow more refined. Coarse ways and awkward shapes and all fall behind. Welcome home. It seems so long that you've been gone. You're welcome home. No matter where in this world that you have roamed, you've been out on your road, carrying a heavy load. Now you're back where you belong. Welcome home. If I could take your licks for you, you know I would. It's lessons learned the easy way, they don't seem to stick as good. So I'll be your biggest fan, your coach throughout the years. I'll celebrate your victories, I'll wipe away your tears. So welcome home, honey, and know that here with me is a place where you are loved eternally. I let go 'cause I know to grow you must be free. But now that you're back here, I hope that you can see. You're welcome home. It seems so long that you've been gone. You're welcome home. No matter where in this world that you have roamed, you've been out on your road, carrying a heavy load. Now you're back where you belong. Welcome home. You've been out on your road, carrying a heavy load. Now you're back where you belong. You're welcome home.
My name's Bo Foreman. I'm a professor at the University of Utah. I want to reach out and say thank you to all the body donors for their generous gift. At the university, I am an educator, and I provide educational opportunities for students in the School of Medicine and also in the health sciences for occupational therapy, physical therapy, as well as engineering. In addition to my providing educational experiences for students, I also have a large research lab in which we look at how people move and study the biomechanics of movement and how disease and different surgical procedures impact that movement. In that process, the Body Donor Program is very involved in that it allows us to test some of our procedures and also such things as implants, prosthetics on body donors before they go into individuals. With that, I just want to say thank you. Your gift is incredible. It impacts students from the day they walk into my classroom throughout their entire lifetime. It impacts individuals in the community from when they have a surgery to where they're using an implant for the rest of their life or having to use a prosthesis. I just want to reach out and say thank you. Your gift is incredible.
Hello, my name is Diane Alonzo. I'm a transplant surgeon and the medical director for Donor Connect. Donor families are the most amazing individuals I have ever had the privilege of knowing. In a time which is the darkest hour in one's life, you are folks that are able to look deep inside yourselves and think of someone else. This is incomparable to any other act of human kindness I can imagine. As a transplant surgeon, I also get to see the impact of the gift that donor families impart on someone else. The gratitude, the renewal of life, the ability to once again be the whole human being that one is supposed to be is an amazing process to watch. I am grateful every day that I get to be witness and part of such an amazing, amazing gift. And so, on behalf of my patients, on behalf of the miracle that you all provide, on the behalf of anyone that has ever been touched by end organ failure, I thank you and will always thank you eternally for this gift. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Valerie. I have been fortunate enough to have had 2 kidney transplants. The first from my oldest son, which lasted for 16 years, and the second one came to me from a dear, dear neighbor who knew that I was in need. Because of these selfless donations, I have been given a full life back again. Prior to these, I had considered going off of dialysis and letting nature take its course. Because of, again, these selfless acts, I've been able to get back completely to the life I had before. Organ donation is a gift of life. It's a miracle that has given me a chance to resume a normal life. Otherwise, I would not have been able to do it.
Hi, my name is Kathleen, and I am the lucky recipient of a kidney transplant a little more than a year ago. Now, I'm not the same person that I was prior to transplant. I can run my business with a clear mind and no fatigue. I can hike with my friends, I can walk my dogs, I can go skiing, fishing with my husband, and spend time with my college-aged son. Now, my story is not rare, at least I hope it's not rare, but I think it's special. It took 2 superhuman donors to make my transplant complete. I have a beautiful friend who was willing to give me a kidney, but we weren't a perfect match. So she continued on, donated anonymously, and some lucky person received her kidney. As a result of her gift, I received a kidney from a young man who gave to show his children that if you want to change the world, you need to act to be the change you want to see. 2 very selfless and kind donors made my transplant complete. Both of these donors and their families are always on my mind. When I'm living my best life every day, work or play, I think about how many good people there are in this world. I aspire to be as amazing, selfless, and kind as they are. These 2 families are now a part of my family, and I feel blessed as I move forward with a healthy life, working to be as selfless and kind as they are. Now, if you're thinking about donating, it can save a life in so many ways. Mothers, fathers, siblings, spouses, you name it. If you give someone a second chance at life, they can change so many lives themselves.
Hi there, my name's Brian. I'm 68 years old. I'm a recipient of a donated liver by someone who cared enough to signify that they wanted to be a donor. Without that donor, I wouldn't be here. I'm great-grandfather for the second time. I get to watch my kids grow up, my grandkids grow up, and now hopefully I'll get to watch my great-grandkids grow up. I was a mechanic for 40 years until my liver issues blew up. I had to retire early because some of the meds that they had me on and some of the issues I had. I have a joy of mechanics. I have a joy of still learning. I was a mechanic for the public transit company here. I worked both all bus, light rail, and heavy rail in the transit industry. I've operated machine shops, and I've operated paint booth, structural welding. I enjoy it all. I enjoy learning the technique. I miss being able to do it on a daily basis, but I get to teach it to my kids, my grandkids, and hopefully my great-grandchild will take an interest in it, and I'll be around to show him what to do and how to do it. So again, I thank my donor family. If you haven't signed up to be an organ donor, please do. There's people out there in need. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Cheryl. I am a cornea transplant patient with 2 times. I am so happy to have had this opportunity. One day I was standing at the kitchen sink and I looked to my right and I noticed that our fence was very bright, and even though it's black, it looks so bright to me, and I thought, I don't remember that we painted that fence. I walked out the back door and I saw all the beautiful flowers. I could see the leaves rustling on the trees, and I was so astonished, and I was telling my husband about it, and he said, well, do you want to take a ride? And I said, no, everything is right here and it's so beautiful, and I just want to stand here and look at everything. And I want to thank the donors who gave me their corneas and their families for giving me this opportunity of enjoying this beautiful world and enjoying my grandchildren. Thank you.
I got a kidney transplant not long ago. About 2.5 years of pretty much sleeping all day and being horribly sick, having cramps. Oh, by the way, a whole bunch of blood clots, lung clots. That was a mess. Polycystic kidney disease is taking hold of me and my family. Then came my wonderful donor, who, by the way, happens to be my wife, the most beautiful person in the world. She was able to donate her kidney to me, and today I ride my mountain bike high in the mountains in amazing places at 8,000 and 10,000 feet, and I can go all day long, and I feel like $1 million. I have avoided the Grim Reaper, at least for now, and I have a new life, and I have all of this to thank for my donor. So thank you, lovely wife.
Hi, my name is Val. About a year ago, I received a liver transplant, and I want you to know what a blessing it has been in my life. I'm able now to do so many things that I have not been able to do before. I get to be able to enjoy being with my family and continue those relationships. I want the donor family to know how much I appreciate the great sacrifice that they made so that I might be able to continue and have a healthy lifestyle. I also want to thank the liver transplant team and the doctors and nurses for the good care and the careful monitoring that they have done for me. I hope that there are people out there that know how important it is to be donors, and also realize how grateful those of us are who receive their organs, that we might be able to continue our lives. Also, I want you to know that each day I consider my life to be a blessing. And thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Jeff. I'm 39 years old, based out of Sandy, Utah. I am a recent kidney and pancreas transplant recipient, and this was the result of being a type 1 diabetic for 20 years. So this time last year, my mind, body, and soul and total existence was completely depleted because of end-stage renal failure. The only thing I was trying to do was to keep the house for the family. Working was very difficult, almost impossible. So once I got the surgery, the entire trajectory of my life has changed completely for the better. And so I can do things now like go on walks, wash the car.
My name is Bryson. I had a liver transplant because my donor. I love camping. We're on a bus. We're on a beach. There's fishing. I'm thankful for my donor.
Hi, I'm Chris, a heart transplant recipient. I'm grateful for my donor and donor's family for the gift of life. It's given me more time to spend with my family and especially my grandkids. I do have mixed emotions though. I am happy that I have my new heart, but yet I feel sadness for the loss that my donor's family is going through. Again, thank you for the greatest gift of all.
Hi, my name is Claire Larson. We're here today to celebrate and to honor donors everywhere, those that are living donors and those who are no longer with us. I'm alive today because a donor said yes. In the year 2000, I was diagnosed with heart failure, and I lived with my heart defect for 16 years until my heart became so enlarged that my other organs were starting to suffer. I was placed on the transplant list May of 2016, and I was one of the fortunate ones to receive a gift, and I received my gift in August. I celebrate this day every single year as a new life because I honestly never knew how sick I was until I became healthy with a good, wonderful heart that I cherish every moment. There's not enough words that can describe my gratitude for my donor and for God for giving me the opportunity to live. I'm grateful for my donor and my donor family. I cherish them and I'm grateful for them every day. And I'm also grateful for every day that I have with my family. So the way that I can share my gratitude is to live life to its fullest and do the best that I can, to live the best life that I can, honoring those who gave their life.
My name is Laura and I had a heart transplant 31 years ago. A few years ago I found out I also needed a kidney transplant, and last year my friend Holly donated one of her kidneys to me. Before my transplant I was on dialysis for 3 days a week for 4 hours a day, and all of my family's activities revolved around my dialysis schedule because dialysis takes precedence over everything. Since my transplant, I have had the freedom to do what I want, mostly, without thinking about when I need to go back to dialysis. Holly and I have been friends for several years now, but now we're like family. And we also share a birthday, but now we share a lot more. And I'm so grateful for her and her family for all that they have done for me.
I'm Harold. I had a kidney transplant a little over a year ago. I didn't feel like I could ask any of my family to donate a kidney to me because that would put undue pressure on them. But one of my sons, Blake, stepped up to me and said, "Dad, I want to see if I can be tested to give you a kidney." Luckily, he was a match, and not only did he extend my life, he gave me a much better quality of life. I'll be eternally grateful to my son for his willingness to give me that gift. And I only regret that he won't be here for the ceremony with the name presentation on the marker because he just moved to Virginia to start dental school. Our family has been doubly blessed almost 7 years ago, another one of my sons, Brandon, gave his sister, my daughter Gwen, a life-saving bone marrow transplant. So our family has been doubly blessed by those willing to share and give the gift of life.
Hi, my name's Aaliyah. I had a kidney pancreas transplant 3 years ago on May 12, 2017. Wanted to say thank you to the family and the donor who was able to give me a second chance at life. One of the things I'm most thankful for is being able to spend time with my family and just enjoy sunny days like this. So thanks again, and you guys have a great day.
When it rains, it pours, but you hardly even notice that it ain't raining anymore. It's hard to breathe when all you know is the struggle of staying above the rising water line. But the skies are finally open, the rains and winds have stopped blowing, and you're stuck out in the same old storm again. Hold tight to your umbrella. Well, darling, I'm just trying to tell ya that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. If you could see what I see, you'd be blinded by the colors with yellow, reds, and orange and green, and a million different others. So tie up your boat, take off your coat, and take a look around. 'Cause the skies are finally open, the rains and winds have stopped blowing, and you're stuck out in the same old storm again. Hold tight to your umbrella, darling, I'm just trying to tell ya that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. So tie up your boat, take off your coat, and take a look around. Everything is alright now. The skies are finally open, the waves and winds have stopped blowing, and you're stuck out in the same old storm again. Hold tight to your umbrella, darling, I'm just trying to tell ya that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. There's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. It'll all be alright.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for our Celebration of Life ceremony today. My name is David Robles, and I'm the Director of Donor Family Services for Donor Connect, and I have the privilege of giving the closing remarks this year. We have listened to some beautiful music and wonderful messages from recipients about the impact donation has had on their lives. Our Donor Family Services team, Donor Connect, our entire organization, and our volunteers look forward to hosting this event every year. This year presented us with unexpected challenges, and we've really had to adapt in preparing this and planning and executing this event. Although we're not able to gather here at the ceremony at the monument as we had planned, we hope that this virtual ceremony provides you with the sense and knowledge that each and every one of our eye, organ, tissue, and living and whole body donors hold a very special place in our hearts. We couldn't do the work that we do in saving and healing lives without you. So thank you so much for that. Part of the reason we decided to record this event at the Celebration of Life Monument grounds was to provide those of you who haven't had the opportunity to come and visit with a better sense of what it looks and feels like. For us, it's a sacred, holy ground. And we hope that when you visit, you feel the same. We have also added on our website a virtual tour of the Celebration of Life Monument grounds for those of you who are not able to make it to Salt Lake and see the grounds in person. I do hope that each and every one of you gets an opportunity at some point to come and visit. The monument grounds and the Wall of Honor itself, which contains the engraved names of your loved ones, are here for you, the family and friends of our inspiring donors. I hope it serves as a place for you to be able to come and reflect on your loved one and the legacy of heroism that they leave behind. I'd also like to thank each of you, the incredible family and friends, family and friends who also played a role in making your loved one's donation possible. In many circumstances, our interactions with you came at one of the most difficult times, and without your support, it was with your support that we made donation possible, so thank you. To all those of you who have joined us today, we send our heartfelt appreciation and our best wishes. We appreciate each and every one of you, and if there's ever anything that we can do for you, please feel free to reach out. Thank you again for joining us today.